Yeah, today we're looking at the difference between Easter and Passover. So there are some major differences between the two. Most consider Passover to be a Jewish holiday and Easter a Christian one. But when you really compare the two, you find there's something very different between them. The biblical origin. The origin of the Passover starts in Exodus 12. The Israelites were under slavery under Pharaoh. Pharaoh was a dictator, a man full of pride and ego and stubbornness, and he wanted to oppress the people of God. So God sent some plagues on Egypt, killing the firstborn on all of Pharaoh's house. But God said if you would put the blood on your post, on the Israelites' doorpost, or where they were living, that God would pass over, in other words, protect them. So they were under the blood of the Lamb, and no plague would become on them, except all on Pharaoh's people. Now when we consider Easter, you find that it's not commanded in the Bible, and nowhere is it actually in the Bible. But most translations would translate that word to be Passover. So Easter is a God-ordained or human tradition. Jesus always made the statement saying that we should keep to the commandments of God and not the traditions of men. One of the biggest differences between Passover and Easter is that the Creator God gave the Passover to be kept amongst his people, Israel. I believe that we are grafted in, as in the book of Romans. We are grafted in and we are Israel for those who keep the commandments of God. He never commanded anyone to observe a pagan Ishtar celebration with fertility, eggs, and rabbits. Have you ever seen rabbits bearing eggs? Or rabbits that lay eggs? But eggs and the bunny, how is that related to Christ? That's the question. Who commanded Easter to be observed? It was none other than the Roman Catholic Church in 325. Church leaders did not appeal to scriptural authority, only to their own conceited minds. The Catholics were nothing other than pagans. So why is that man prefers to substitute human tradition over godly wisdom? So is the Passover a fixed day? Jesus was our Passover lamb, and it's a certain fixed day in the Jewish belief. But Easter, the day keeps fluctuating because it's on a certain weekend, and that weekend keeps changing. But Passover was a specific day. God ordained the Passover to be kept annually on a specific day, on the 14th day of the first month of the Hebrew calendar. The Catholic Church persecuted Christians who wanted to keep the Passover. The Passover was so despised that in 325 the Council of Nicaea established that Easter would be held on the first Sunday, after the first full moon, occurring on or after the equinox. From that point forward, the Easter dates depended on the church system, and it's calculated around March 21st. So a true set-apart believer, he remembers that Jesus is the Passover lamb that was promised even in the Old Testament, that he would come to redeem us by his blood. Jesus Christ was ordained as the Passover lamb, that he would be sacrificed to make freedom from the penalty of sin possible. At his last Passover, Jesus broke bread and wine he gave as symbols of his broken body and blood. And he said, do this in remembrance of me. And this is something that we do every week. So tell me, where were we told that we need to celebrate this death and resurrection day? Yes, we remember it, but where are we told to actually celebrate it and keep it in the scriptures? Now, the Passover directly connects with Christ because he's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. The symbols of the Passover are full of meaning. Jesus himself is our Passover and sacrificed himself for us. He gave his body willingly for us. He was beaten and bruised for our transgressions. His body was broken for our sake. The symbols of Passover had to do with the washing of feet, to show Jesus' humility, that he was willing to wash his disciples' feet. This is what the Passover symbols are. Why today is the Passover symbol bunnies and eggs, and it has a straight bearing resemblance to pagan goddesses? Tell me, have we embraced pagan culture within Christianity, taking that which is ungodly and trying to make it holy? Tell me, which gold was used from the calf to make the tabernacle? Which gold was used? Or did Moses crush all the gold and scatter it because he could not use the gold from the calf to build the tabernacle? You cannot take that which is unholy and turn it into something that is holy.